Okay, we're back. Here we go. So we're gonna talk about streak and luster right now. So first off, put this up, pause the video, copy this stuff down. Okay, 5, streak. I can't really do streak right now, so I don't have a good picture of it or anything, but the color of a mineral is powder, okay? So it actually can be different than the actual color of mineral you hold in your hand, which is pretty crazy. But the powder itself, if you took a hammer and smash it, made it into a fine powder, that color is always consistent. And we could use that to help determine what mineral it is, because some minerals have very distinct colors of the streak, and we test this in class. A simple way is you get like a porcelain plate, which is like a piece of tile that may be in like a bathroom or a kitchen that doesn't have the smooth glazing on it, it's kind of rough, and you rub the mineral on it, and the color on there, that is the streak. And streak is much more reliable than color. So for instance, I'm going to go back to this one second. I'm going to go back to our example of, where's our example of quartz, okay? So for instance, if I go here, right, there's 6 different colors of quartz that are very different. Look how purple this is. And look, the citrine here is this color. This is really dark color. But the streak, if I scratch them on the streak plate, they'd all be the same color, which is like really crazy. A streak would all be white. So that is a good way to determine it's quartz. So that's a really good example of that. So let's go back to where we were. Right, so that streak, that's a pretty straightforward test when you get to do it. When you get to do it. The other one is luster. This is a little more challenging, it takes experience. So luster is really how it shines. Now, there's 2 main categories of luster: metallic or non-metallic. So basically, metallic has a metallic look to it, like silver or gold. Okay, if it shines in a light like silver or gold, we say it has a metallic luster. Anything else, it's called non-metallic. Now, the one problem here that takes some experience, and kids tend to get good at it once they do it. If that mineral is glassy and black color, it can sort of look metallic, but it's actually not metallic. It's glassy and black. It's not necessarily metallic, and there's a difference between that and like a silvery look, which you just gain from experience. So just another hint here, always ask yourself about luster. Does it shine like silver or gold? The answer is yes, it's metallic, and the answer is no, it's non-metallic. All right, so those are some of the basic main properties. There are a lot of other ones, but these are the basic ones for our level of the course that we're going to learn. And what I put here is, I'm a geology guy, I'm an earth science guy. I really like this stuff, it gets me excited. There's some unique or special properties about some minerals here. So there are some of these are hard to see. So feel, we say talcum graphite has like a greasy kind of feel to it. It's like slippery kind of feel. Density, some minerals have really high density. We'll talk about gold in a little bit. Gold is minerals that have really high density. It's really heavy for its weight. Reaction with acid. Calcite fizzes in acid and dolomite doesn't fizz in acid. So I'm going to edit in a video right here that I did showing putting acid on a mineral like calcite and watching it fizz. So watch this. All right, pretty cool, right? So double refraction, I'll show you that in a minute. Calcite does that. Fluorescence. So I'm going to show you some of these. And I do have, right? Do not taste minerals unless your nice teacher tells you to do so. Do not put any of these in your mouth. Your nice teacher is not going to tell you to put anything in your mouth. That will not happen. But halite, the mineral, tastes like salt. So write the word salt in there, please. Okay, so I'm going to just show you some examples of this as best I can. So, here we go. Salt's right there. Right? So on the back of the reference table, again, we're going to use this when you're doing any sort of mineral labs to determine what the mineral name is. That's a whole nother video to figure that out. But it has things like we're talking about at the top. It has luster, right? Metallic or non, hardness, cleavage or fracture where the check marks are, colors, the composition we've talked about, the chemical composition gives the mineral name. It even has uses on there, which is really interesting because that's what we use so many of these things in our regular life. This is the basis of us as humans and all the things that we use. This is a great phrase. I'm going to throw this in there. Seen this in the bumper sticker where it says, if it can't be grown, it has to be mined. Okay, so if it's not something that can grow, like a plant or trees or something like that, it comes out of the ground. It's basically a mineral or a rock, which that's where we get everything that we have, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going here. Where is all this stuff? So, for instance, I mentioned the word double refraction. So calcite, some types of calcite, if you put it over these words here, it gives like double vision of the way the light travels through it. So that's always cool. If you can turn it, these letters kind of turn. Kids always like doing that. Hard to come across like this. This is a unique mineral called ulexite, often called TV stone because it looks like the screens of old TVs. As you look at the letters through it, it has like a weird look to it. So that's kind of cool. Everyone always likes ulexite. This is actually a rock that has some different minerals in there. It doesn't look like much. No one's gonna get excited over this. But if I turned off the lights and put a black light, even though what a black light is, it's kind of purplish looking. It's a different wavelength of light. This, in that scenario of no white light but black light, will look like this. Okay, so it is. We say the property here is like fluorescence, which is cool because it's the wavelength of the black light gives energy to some of the elements in here and does this. Super cool. I think this example here, some museums have areas that are dedicated to fluorescent minerals where they have a black light going on there. You can kind of see it over there, that sort of purple black light. Super cool. Super cool. Hope you get to see a museum like that someday. So this doesn't look like much. Maybe to you, it's the mineral gypsum, low hardness, but commonly used for us in humans. I would ask you if you know where we use it, but most people don't, but they don't recognize gypsum. But this, right? What's on the walls here? What makes up the walls? And people love to look at this and call it sheetrock. And sheetrock is a brand name, actually, but this is really called sheetrock. Is a company that makes what we call gypsum wallboard, which is that mineral ground up into a powder, put it between pieces of paper, and it makes up walls of most of our modern houses. So that's pretty cool. This right here, this is copper. We call it native copper. Copper usually, a lot of the metals often occur with other minerals in rock, but sometimes it can form just on its own, where it's just concentrated copper. And it usually can sort of form in this very unique shape. Really cool. We use copper for a lot of things. Copper pipes in houses for water. We have copper, and copper's in wires. Most wiring has copper. Computers have a lot of copper in it. This is really cool. Silver usually occurs as little specks in other rocks, but sometimes it can form like this. So this is a native silver. This came from Germany. Super cool. I love these native elements. Silver on calcite. So this is maybe a little more closer to how it naturally forms. Is calcite with some silver in there. Sometimes the amount of concentration of silver is even less, a little flecks of silver. And our job, because we want the silver because it's valuable to us, we have to try to break it up, get the calcite out of here, and just get the silver, which is really common in, look at this. So this is how gold will naturally form. Gold usually forms with quartz. You see, this is all quartz with some gold in there, okay? So this is another one of those, like, we don't really want the quartz. Quartz is everywhere. We want to get the gold, break it up and extract the gold, which is definitely a challenge. Here's other examples of it. You see just a little bit of it here. You're gonna break it all up. We want the gold. This picture too, I really like this one because the gold's very prominent. This is rare to find. If people who find these jump up and down because they just found a lot of gold. That's pretty great. So that's cool. This is a piece of weathered platinum. Now, platinum is another type of precious metal. It's platinum. There was a long time where platinum was more valuable than gold. Not right now. As a matter of fact, as of today, the filming of this video, let's show some of the, I want to dismiss that, the prices per ounce. Okay, this is particularly high. I've never in my life, I've never seen gold. This is almost $2,600 per ounce. It has traditionally been closer to $1,000, $1,200. This is extremely high. Now, you can see silver is $31 now, so nowhere close to $2,600. It's $31 now, so much less valuable. And platinum is also, it's $1,000 an ounce, not bad. I would like me to have a few ounces of platinum laying around. That'd be pretty awesome at $1,000 an ounce, but less than half of gold. So that's kind of interesting. And palladium, less common. That's also around $1,000 an ounce. So this is why finding gold and gold mining is so many people are trying to go after it because it is very valuable. And then just to wrap this up, I'm showing some, this is some rocks here with these mineral crystals that form it. This is the mineral garnet. It's the mineral garnet, really like a deep maroon color. I say that because it's the official mineral of the great state of New York. Garnet is the official mineral of New York State. Here's another one here, and we saw it too at the beginning, the subway garnet the gentleman had in his hand. But this is how we may find it more. We find it a lot in the Adirondack section of New York State. And here's another piece here, Garnet School. But so there's more to minerals. But I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm Mr. G. A pleasure teaching you today.